So I'm back with part 3. Let's continue here. All right. When racial justice protests erupted around the country in June, federal government made awesome preparations for local protests. Then Attorney General Bill Barr mobilized unmarked military, police, and federal law enforcement units to secure D.C. streets, while then Secretary of Defense Mark Esper asked Ohio, Maryland, Indiana, and other states to send National Guard units to lock down the city. The sooner you mass and dominate the battle space, the quicker this dissipates. Esper said during a conference call with state governors describing peaceful protests in public squares. Barr eventually expanded his program to include other anarchist jurisdictions. And the show of force on June 2nd, the day the photo was taken at Lincoln Memorial, prompted concerns from some military and local officials that the government had violated the Posse Comitatus Status Act and even the Third Amendment. Ahead of the long-planned rallies by the Proud Boys and Trump supporters, those same precautions were not taken. The Capitol Police, see that, people? See the difference there? All right, right in your face. The Capitol Police failed to anticipate the size and energy of the crowd, and the Pentagon partly sidelined the D.C. National Guard as well to avoid the poor optics of uniformed military personnel and Humvees once again returning to the streets of D.C. Washington Post reported. But those concerns over optics only materialized after Barr hammered cities such as Chicago, Seattle, Portland, Oregon with preemptive law enforcement action against the wishes of the local and state leaders and in the service of Trump's order to protect statues and monuments. Yeah, so you see, again, what is that about? Their pride, all right? And I keep telling you people, you don't have to worry about that, all right? And why is it you people don't have to worry about it, all right? Let's go to some scripture. Let's prove to you why you don't have to worry about it. Let's go to 2 Peter. Three and 10. All right, we'll read down to the 14th verse. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. It'll come as a thief in the night to the majority of the people on this planet, not to the elect of Israelites. Okay? Because we are what? We walk circumspectly. All right? We are sober. Okay? We're praying. All right? And we're hastening, which will be right in here. We'll get to that. It'll be right down here. We're hastening to the coming of the Lord. All right? Looking forward to it. All right, so, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Again, not to the elect, but to the majority of the world, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. What's that great noise? That great noise will come from the ICBMs. All right? That nuclear fire. All right? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, right, certain part of the earth, people, okay, because the earth abideth forever. We read that in Escalatius, all right? Matter of fact, let's take you over there and come right back, all right? Escalatius 1 and 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. See that? You understand, people? All right, let's get back to 2 Peter 3:10, all right? Okay, now you people understand, all right? So certain parts of the earth, like America, Babylon the Great, which would be a total desolation desert, and certain other parts of the earth as well, like Europe, okay, the Middle East, you understand? All right? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought to ye be in all holy conversation and godliness? See that? You got it? So there's a certain way you need to conduct yourselves. All right? And we're not perfect. We're in this flesh. We're constantly at war with our flesh, our spirit. The spirit and the flesh are always at war with one another. All right? But we have to do the best that we can. All right? To continue that fight. All right? To conquer over the flesh. All right? Until Yahushua comes back, till we get those new bodies. You understand? All right? Those immortal bodies. Okay? All right. So looking for and hastening, you see that? Looking for and hastening unto the coming day of the God power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, wherein the heavens shall be on fire, the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, okay? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So that's why I tell you about those statues, you know, Trump and these Edomites all worried about their statues, their pride, you know. Well, that's going to be melted away. Yeah. Yeah, like Mount Rushmore. You understand? And all the rest of their pride. All right? It's all going to be melted away. All right? Melted with fervent heat, right? Which comes from the ICBM. Supposed to have that concentrated laser fire from the chariot. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. You see that? You understand that? Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. See that? All right? So keep yourselves in order. All right? Let's get back to the article. All right? All right? So you see, in service of Trump's order to protect statues and monuments. See that? See that nonsense? Prideful asses. All right, let's continue here. While the Department of Homeland Security reportedly authorized sweeping intelligence measures to protect monuments, federal authorities apparently did not see the Proud Boys as the same threat category as art vandals. Interesting, right? But again, these people control all of this. Even BLM, Black Lives Matter, all this stuff is controlled, right? And it's all controlled by your government, all right? It truly is, all right? All right, it truly is. I mean, you people have eyes, right? If you saw all the footage of these people, you know, the insurrection onto Congress, and you obviously know that that is totally a staged event. That's Hollywood, okay? That could not really happen. If that was a Negro, Latino, Native American doing that, you would have had massacre. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, people. All right? There you go. I had a briefing on Thursday. Chief Contending defended the department's response. There was no intelligence that suggested that there would be a breach of the U.S. Capitol. Now, that's a crock. See? You see that? That's a crock. That's a crock. All right? Weren't there even reports saying that no one was supposed to even bear arms? Wasn't that publicized in the media, in the newspapers? Yes, it was. The fact that the mob of Trump supporters was largely white. There's no such thing as white or black. Okay? Edomites likely played a major role in the desperate enforcement approaches, says Chris Burbank, Vice President of Law Enforcement Strategy for the Center of Policing Equity Research Center based at Yale University. There is a different response to black and brown people than there is to white people in policing, he says. Really? Like, we didn't know that? there is a tremendous disparity in how we treat people and what we as people believe should be done with different groups when race is involved. Yeah, we know that. In addition, January 6th event had been explicitly summoned by President Trump. This was the President of the United States who encouraged the groups to go do this. All right? How does that play into the Capitol Police response, to the FBI response, the MPD response, when it's the president who said, go do this? Burbank said, I'm more disappointed in the leadership perspective than anything else. So this is their excuse. This is their excuse. No accountability. This is their excuse. All right? Here in this country, you go, you pay your bills. They overcharge you, and they don't even want to hold themselves accountable for that. Can't wait for the Lord to come back. Can't wait for Yahweh to come back, man, to end all of this. Bring the final curtain down on this place. On Wednesday, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department led the effort to retake the Capitol building, along with Capitol Police, with support from more than 18 local, state, federal agencies, including officers from Maryland and Virginia. The National Guard arrived, eventually providing a backstop to other law enforcement agencies. Perhaps the most striking disparity between the two events was a response from the White House in June. Trump was eager to use the Insurrection Act to deploy some 10,000 troops to Washington and other cities to suppress Black Lives Matter demonstrations. Yeah, yesterday, when an actual insurrection arrived, his message was different to the rioters ransacking the Capitol. In a video message since deleted by Twitter and Facebook, Trump said, I love you. All right, people, you know what? You know, what can I tell you? All right. But you know what? These things, have to happen and take place, and things are going to get a lot worse. All right. Let me quickly take you to, give me a minute. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 15. All right. I'll start at verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, and the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right? And by the way, these evils were multiplied on the earth when the Edomites first came into power under Alexander the Great and King Philip the Macedonian. You read that in 1 Maccabees. All right? All right, so therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. That's right. We do these videos day and night, and we go out and we street teach. All right. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive them unto me, all innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people are led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. That's spiritually talking about American Babylon the Great, people. All right, you go to Revelations 11:8 will tell you that the great city, American Babylon the Great, is spiritually Sodom in Egypt. All right, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt, talking about American Babylon the Great, with plagues as before, as he did in ancient Egypt, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten, and the plague shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the God power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring upon it. And that till the ground shall mourn, and their seed shall fail through the blasting and the hail and the fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, means near. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right? For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings or their princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, there you go. I'll end it here. I'm out. I'm on to the next one. Shalom.